Okay, hi. So, why did the chemist mob clear up so quickly after sunset? Well, it's because there's no warm air coming from the south anymore. Okay, this is 9 p.m. now. Okay, and there we go. They're allowing freezing cold air to blow in from the northwest, which is what they wanted, and they've sent out the warm air uselessly into the middle of the ocean. Meanwhile, the same latitude, Spain is single figures. And why would that be? Well, that's because okay, this is the first, okay, and then the second massive chemtrailing operation. The third are still up to no good. This is ridiculous. This is the greatest crime ever, and no one's gonna do anything because all the people in the positions of power are the spawn of Satan. They are the scum. All the military, all the armed forces, all the leadership are blood-drinking, vampiric Satan scum as well. That's why nothing's happening. No one is there in any capacity to act on behalf of good. We're on our own against evil, isolated and on our own against the ultimate evil, which has taken over the world. Okay, let's go back to Ventu Sky. So let's see what happens then, right? Yeah, it's completely clear outside right now. Completely clear. Okay, that's the next day. That's okay. So let's see. All in the morning. That's tomorrow morning, the 4th. Yeah. So that's it. All just you'll wake up and it'll be fucking cold, right? 4. Yeah. Down south. In Scotland, already frozen. Okay. Ireland's looking bad, real bad. Okay, let's see what happens at noon. Okay, let's see what happens at sunset. Tomorrow, that is Tuesday the 4th. The air's cut from the south is coming up again. Just barely. Let's see what happens overnight then. Right, okay, so I'm guessing tomorrow night will be overcast because the wind from the south is coming up again. Okay, it's not really a guess. That's how it's going to go down. Okay. Sorry, that's now the 5th, Wednesday. Yeah, so you can see all the warm air still trying to come up from the south. Okay, and look, the Bay of Biscay, nice and warm. Okay, which means that it will be clear, so the sun's actually reaching down to the ground level or sea level. Okay, whilst it isn't up here in Spain because it's all chem-smogged out. Here you can see higher temperatures because it channels through there, right, just alongside the Pyrenees. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What can I say? This is ridiculous. Morocco and Algeria, their chemtrail just as bad as us, I think. The King of Morocco must be a sellout piece of shit. Well, today, what they want. Let's see, when was the last? Oh, there we go. Well, it's been since November basically. Well, and December the 1st chemtrail. It's cleared up over Morocco right now, but that's projected for Wednesday. So they're gonna chemtrail over again. The projections here. I mean, it's easy to project it when you're literally doing the weather. I mean, come on, look how stupid this is. They've got warm air. Warm air around the seas, and then inland, 7. Yeah, ridiculous. All right, let's talk a little bit about Brexit. What is Brexit? Brexit. People thought they're voting for freedom. Nope, wrong. And then what is it? There's people who voted because they thought the government would throw out all the foreigners, all the foreigners out. We won, but they just don't know anything. All the foreigners are not going anywhere. They've all got British passports already, by the way, and even if they don't, they're not going to be kicked out. So what it means, however, is instead of being ruled from Brussels, the Conservatives, Satanist, vampiric scum okay, which are, they're crypto kikes themselves, right? That's what so your leadership will be ruled from Israel, the nest of vipers themselves, themselves, right? Here is the massive hub of the spawn of Satan, the criminal state of Israel, used to launch wars in the Middle East, along with their Saudi Arabian allies. The royal family there, they're a bunch of Satanists too. That's what they are. Okay, that's what I say. Saudi Arabia's got nothing to do with Muslims or Islam, right? Ridiculous. These right, you're not talking about the normal people. Normal people are they just live poor in a poor state. The royal family, they're scum, right? And yeah, look what they're doing to Iran. Now, no rain all spring and summer. Now it's hit autumn and winter. Now they get chemtrails. Now they get floods. And I guess the other regions as well, Afghanistan, they're probably all being flooded over here. It's just massive flooding. Okay, you've got the poos. All right, the poos, they do solar radiation management, but it actually makes sense to do that in India because it is actually too hot in India. Okay, so yeah, you could actually say yes, it's for the benefit of mankind in India. However, it doesn't benefit anyone chemtrailing the sun away up here. That is bullshit, and that's all to save my ball, to keep their ball lie alive. Okay? Yeah, so what Brexit, they'll say, oh, it's devalued the pound now. Whatever made-up reason they'll say. It's really because they want to open the British Space Agency in the Scottish Highlands, which really is the British Spray Agency. Yes, and they need all those resources. All right, less for you, more for them to keep spraying the skies, presumably forever. Well, until you're dead, I guess, until they killed you off. Because the spawn of Satan, it's like their own kike psychiatrist. They call it, you're projecting. When you accuse them of something, they say you're projecting. Well, I'm going to turn it back on them. They said, yeah, we got gassed in extermination Nazi death camps. We survived 20 gassings in 20 different Holocaust camps. And somehow we all survived to take over the world afterwards. Wow, what a miracle. And now, as I say, it's projection. Now they're gassing literally the whole world. From the fantasy, the sick fantasy of their mind that their ancestors were getting gassed. Now they are gassing the whole world, presumably to kill the rest of us. The Goyim, which they call us. They're probably in their minds, they think, we've got to kill the Goyim before they gas us again. Yeah? So if that isn't projection, I don't know what else is. And this projection thing probably only works from the spawn of Satan's mind. For everyone else, we don't have minds like that. Okay? We don't go calling around other people what we are, like they do, because that's what they are. Like, after all, when they took over Germany, as Swiss Jesuit agents, they said, hi, I'm Hitler, and here's my kike friends. We're Germans, just like you. When they're not. Because see, they project. Right? And they infiltrated Germany, they tricked the German people, they had the Night of Long Knives, they killed the base support for the Nazis taking over. They killed them, the brown shirts. Yeah, they said, oh, we've got control now. We don't need the German, the regular German supporters anymore. Get rid of them before they find out we're actually the spawn of Satan Swiss agents, not Austrian, Swiss. Okay. And they designed wars just to basically ruin Europe, have a massive blood sacrifice to Satan. And of course, the dumb Yanks, the dumb Yanks got dragged in as well. And I'll tell you what I would do if I were evil scum just like they are. Right? What I would do is, right, this is the SS officer class. I go, that's it, we've ensured now, Germany will be defeated. We've sacrificed our soldiers, sent them to freeze and die in Russia with no support, no supply lines. Yeah, let's send the women and children now to fight. Our last line of defense. so they would get killed. And then they would go all to the death camps. Probably they did kill people. They killed, like disabled, normal Germans, probably some gypsies, and probably some threw in some Poles, some Polish people into the actual camps as well. And what they did right at the end, just as the Yankee army was rolling in to take over Germany after defeating them, what I would do if I were them, okay, is I would take off my fancy Hugo Boss SS Nazi uniform and I would throw it in the oven in the camps, and that's the only thing that went in the oven, by the way, probably their uniforms. They needed to burn the evidence of their uniforms really quickly. That's probably it. Okay, and then what did they do? They probably had a few, I don't know, few prisoners left around, probably mentally disabled or Polish, and they told them, okay, you wear these Nazi guard, prison guard uniforms. So here's a unloaded rifle. Put that over your shoulder. Up you go in the watchtower. They probably, they probably put them all up in watchtowers, and then probably locked the route up to the watchtower so they couldn't get out. Okay, so what happened is the Yanks would roll in. They would see the watchtowers manned, and they would shoot the would-be guards who were just really the prisoners dressed up. And then they rolled into the camps, and what would they find? They would find the SS officers. They would now be disguised as prisoners, wearing their striped pajamas. And what would they say? They would say, "Oh, thank goodness you're here, Americans. We love you. You saved us from the Nazis." All right, that's what would have happened. Okay, and that's what I would have done. It doesn't take much to trick idiots. Okay, and of course their SS uniforms burned in the ovens. And they go, "Thank goodness you arrived here. We were about to be holocausted by the evil Nazi Germans." And then the Yanks were going, "Yeah, we saved you. We're the greatest nation on earth. We've saved the Jewish people out of the Bible. Yeah, God shall surely look down on us with in pride, you know." When in actual fact they just literally saved the spawn of Satan who did a uniform change. Okay, and then from there, the spawn of Satan, after defeating Europe, went on to take over the world. Operation Paperclip. They came over, and they made NASA and the other agencies, probably CIA. They run the whole show. They run the whole world now. The same thing in Blighty here. MI5, MI6, all a bunch of kikes, spawn of Satan. Okay, they're not. It isn't anti-Semitism because they're not Semites. They're not Jews. They're spawn of Satan. Okay. What can I say? There's no one in any positions of power who can help us. There's no forces for good. There's no one in a position of power to act for us. Right? All the military and armed forces, they're all headed up by Satanist, vampiric, blood-drinking, baby-eating, paedophile scum. Okay, and just like the BBC, state propaganda channel. Okay, so that's it. We're doomed. Only God can help us. That's it. What can I say? That's how it is. That is how it is, and people don't want to know because it's so scary. They would rather call it a ridiculous conspiracy theory. And now the whole world has been turned into a gas chamber. And this time the Holocaust is on, and that's right. It's a Gentile Holocaust, or as they call us, Goyim. They call us filthy Goyim. And this time the Holocaust it's going to happen for real this time, but we're the victims. You got it? That's what's happening. I'm done.